Hello, everybody. Okay, well, I'm gonna do one of these "What's in my pack" video. So I'm planning a trip to a very secret location. It's a bushwhack. It's a real serious bushwhack, actually, and I'm gonna spend the night there. And so it's just an overnighter. And in the morning, I don't, because I drink green juice, I don't need to eat first thing in the morning. And I'll probably get home, oh, if I want to, I can get home by lunch if I want to. If I really push myself. It's a real bushwhack though. So I'd have to start off at like 6 a.m. But anyway, so food considerations are lunch on the trail, dinner at camp, snack, green juice, possibly some overflow of some kind of food for the next morning, like maybe an avocado. So this is my pack. It's pretty light. I mean, well, I'm holding my, I can't figure out how to make this phone be lighter or wider, the shot wider. So anyway, I'm just gonna go through what's in my pack. It's pretty damn light. This has everything except for my lunch, because my lunch is always a salad, and I'm not gonna put a salad in here right now. But everything else is all in there except for the actual water that I'll bring. And so that's not going to be that much though. And I'm going to put them in smart water bottles in the sides here. So let's start with what's in my kangaroo pouch. Well, we got a big boy saw. This is pretty heavy. Highly advised if you do any bushwhacking. And you gotta get yourself out of a situation. Okay, then I also have a 1 gallon reservoir to filter my water. And, okay, that's all I've got in those things. Okay, and then before I open up the main pack, I want to show you that these are empty, except for I do have one thing in here, because I don't like the extra weight of like a carabiner and stuff, and I don't like things dangling. I seriously, man, I do a lot of bushwhacking, and I don't like things catching on my pack. So yeah, I've got the ubiquitous Garmin InReach Mini, and that goes in a pocket because I don't like the carabiner. In fact, I'm going to probably take that off there too, because I don't need that either. I want this to be as light as I can possibly get it. So, all right. So what's inside? Well, this is, okay, I'm going to have to put this down on the floor so I can stand up. There we go. All right. Look at this. Yeah, I'm going to get new carpets real soon. Okay, so here is the way that this pack is cinched. This is a Hyperlight Southwest 3400, which means that in its tallest configuration it is 55 liters, but right now it's less than 45 liters. I mean, I have it down at the max. You should see just how ridiculously small I've gotten my stuff down to now. So it's got some Velcro here. Let me. All right. So this is just one big pocket, right? So they sell what they call pods, and these are like perfectly shaped. They contour to the shape of the pack. You see, there's another one down there, and you can stuff these to your heart's content, and then they just slide right in. And this is a good way to keep your pack organized. So that's a small pack, and this is a large one. And then I've got this is my entire sleep system, folks. Everything. And now the pack is bone empty. Pack is 2 pounds. Pretty light. Okay, so let's go over what's in the pods first. I know a lot of people out there wondering, what the heck do you eat out there? How do you make do? So here's my cook kit. Now this is kind of empty inside. In fact, it's a little heavier than it needs to be right now. I'll show you why in a bit. And then this is my green juice for the morning. iJuice product. It's made by, I think it's made by pH Miracle, actually. It's only on their site. Anyway, it's really good stuff. That saves me from having to haul in frozen, like 2 liters of frozen green juice in heavy Nalgene bottles. So we have that. We also have raw coconut butter, single serving. And then we have, this is SAAG, SAAG. I don't have the noodles or whatever I put in it. I thought I said that this had everything, but it doesn't. There's missing some, either like some kind of noodles. I might just bring the edamame noodles because they're really high protein and low carbs. And here's some snacks. This is also SAAG, but it's like really heavy oil content, and it's more like jerky. So this will be a snack. And then here's my cook kit. I tie it up in a bandana. This will be my emergency bandana in case I need to like pre-filter water. This is my other bandana I use for my face. So this is the old Snow Peak. It's titanium. It's top and bottom, and the top converts into a frying pan, folks. Works really great. It's also a lid. Now, then I also have an alcohol stove. Now, this one is heavy. It's brass. It's old school. But this one, you can fit all your fuel in it. It will store it. You don't have to bring another receptacle, another container. Especially if you're only doing like 2 days, 1 day, 2 days. It's also got a flue on the top, and this will allow you to control how much flame comes out of the stove. You can, if you have it down to like right about there, believe it or not, just add a little tiny amount, and it'll simmer. So people complain about alcohol stoves, but being that you can't throttle them, but this one throttles just fine. And then here's the cap, and that makes it leak proof. Although I think I smell some, maybe it's not tight. Oh yeah, it's not on there really tight. I can feel a little bit of wetness. I just put it in there. Now here's my other, I have a couple of other alcohol stoves, but this one here is titanium, and it's got no throttle, and it's also got a very fast burn. And so in order to burn this and do this dish with the noodles, I need this entire bottle. If I'm only doing like backpacker food, I only need half of a bottle because I just need to boil it. But here I need to actually simmer it for a while. So yeah. Okay, so here's my titanium pot stand. It's a triangle. I can't really do this very well. Just holding it with one hand. I'm doing it off screen because I'm kind of handicapped here. Okay, so I just put it together. So here's my pot stand, and then I've got titanium foil, windscreen to go around it. That is really, really helpful. It weighs hardly nothing at all. I can't even notice the weight, so it's really worth it. And then the pot goes on there. Now, this is a very large pot, by the way. If you're like, just wanting to heat up water, then it's like way larger than you need. But if you want to, it's like, to be honest with you, this is nice because when I put the noodles in, they'll fit in there without having to be broken down even further. I do have another. There we go. I have another stove, and this one is another cook kit, but this one is way smaller, and I'd have to like cut the noodles up, and I really don't want to do that, so I'm just using a larger one. Although this one here would save me, some weight. It's about half the weight of this actually. This is actually thicker titanium than that is. That's thinner titanium. Anyway, that's it for my cook kit. Then I've got here's something really heavy. Now this is on every overnighter. I always come with at least 3 avocados, and I just want to show you for real. There's 2 in there. looks like something else. And then there's one more in here, and I've also got my my spork or whatever. No, it's not a spork. It's a spoon on one side and a fork on the other, because I don't like sporks. So this is also titanium, and I carry my my salt and a knife in there to cut the avocados. So that's my food. That all fit in there. And by the way, this pod here was like half filled, to be honest with you. Then inside there, I also have another bag, and then this has got all of my small stuff that you might, normally fit inside of a brain. And so I'm going to just dump it all out here, and then you can see that it's kind of nice to organize it all here in one place. So I've got my, this is my Purify. This will take the water that you get in nature and raise the pH level. It is a phenomenal product, and because I don't know if you know this, but like natural water out there, it's acidic, and acidic is energy killing. So you want to boost your energy. So you can see the ingredients there. Maybe I don't know. Um, I can't read it right now, but it's three different um, highly concentrated salts that are the right kind of electrolytes um, to raise your pH level. So you can get water that you get out of a spring, which is usually going to be around 6.5, 6 to 6.5, and you can boost that all the way up to 8.5 with this. Sweet. Then, of course, the ubiquitous Sawyer gravity filter. I got some extra fittings for various different setups. I've got some small, these are pre-cut for another, in case I want to, I have another water system set up for 2.5 gallons or 2.6 gallons reservoirs, and I like to hang with this around the trees, and so I'll wrap it around a branch that's like around eye level, and then I'll shove this through. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. There we go. I shove that through, and then with gravity, it does not come out. I swear to you, this is about the strongest, most ultralight way of cinching something, because you put this knot right on the top of the branch, and then the bottom part is hooped around some holes in your tank or whatever. So I got 4 of these to hang up, 2 of them, one up and one below, and then I've also got some what do you call it? Dyneema cordage. Got my tube. That's all for my water treatment. Then I've got my first aid kit, and let me tell you, it is really a healthy kit. It's not light. It's actually, I mean, look, I got a whole tube of, yeah, that's the good stuff. With pain relief, man, you get yourself scraped up. This is your best friend. And I get scraped up because I get bushwhacking. Then my oral care and my eye care, my eyeglasses care. And then I have a small, this is the lightest sil nylon you can get. I just use this as a ground sheet just under my hammock, because I like to get up in the middle of the night to go pee and stand on something other than dirt. Then I got my my battery bank here, and this is a really, really heavy one. I know that I could probably get it much lighter than this, but you know, I'm kind of poor. I mean, I'm not really poor, but I mean, I've got things I'm saving up for, and I'm not going to be interfered with that. I have this, and in my whole system is getting lighter, so I just keep this going for a while. Then I have a headlamp. So that's everything that was in this small little 3-liter bag. And then I got my small pod, and this has got my clothes. Put all my clothes in here that I'm not wearing. So I got my Arcteryx. This is one of my favorite jackets in the whole world. It's very versatile in terms of warmth to weight ratio. I don't really think you're going to find anything better, to be honest with you. It's very, very, very lightweight. It's expensive, I know, but it's worth it. And this will go down. I could be not moving in freezing weather, with just a shirt on underneath and still be fine. So that's a good jacket. And it's like it's just over a pound. Come on, man. Get real. It's a great thing. Anyway, I got a pair of emergency merino socks because my feet, they need to stay comfortable. And then here's my long underwear, and then a dry shirt, and because I'm I get wet doing what I do. I never arrive to a campsite and dry. Never. Always soaking wet. So that's my whole system. Kind of amazing that I got all of that in that backpack, but that's the way it works if you pack it up right. Oh, I forgot to go over my sleep system. Let me just do that really quick. I'm not going to go into the details like I did with other things, because you got things to do. I just did this just to show you, how things are becoming better for me. So first thing in here is I have my pillow. Now this pillow is broken. It's leaking, but I put some Gorilla. It's leaking right on that edge right there. It's like coming apart from the fitting. The rest of it's fine. So I used this Gorilla Tape, pumped it up, put my head on it for about a half an hour, and it held air. So I'm gonna just keep it going. I don't want to spend any more money right now. Then I've got this is my hammock. It's hammock and suspension all inside, and I could make it lighter by getting rid of the carabiners, but I'm kind of old school. I kind of like it's what I have right now. I'm working on stuff. I'll get to something else, something better later. And got my, ooh, come on, man. There we go. And I've got my quilt. And this is a pretty versatile quilt. I can use it as a top quilt in a hammock, or I can use it as a substitute for a sleeping bag on the ground in a ground setup where you sleep on the bottom side. But even though it still has a couple of connectors, and it has a cincher around the neck. And by the way, this is all down. Yeah, I'm plant-based, but I'm not vegan. I believe in down. So you can cinch this up, and let me see here. And see, you can get it to shape around your neck or your face. And then you can actually button it shut too, so that at least around your neck or your face, it's completely encircled, And so that that's kind of a nice little thing, and it's light. It doesn't have all that zipper stuff, and it's functional and versatile, so that you can use it in a hammock too. So that's my dual purpose quilt. And then I've got having a hard time getting this out. Let's try gravity instead. It's because there's no air in there right now. There we go. Now this is my bottom quilt. Now this is synthetic, warm while wet. It'll always be warm. It's a little heavy compared to down. Although I wouldn't say that this is like below freezing. I've taken it to freezing, but at freezing, it's my feet because it's not a full length. It's like 3/4. So my head sticks out, and by the way, I made this myself. I sewed that. There was a time that I made a lot of outdoor gear. I was really, anyway. Yeah, so I made this. And so I'm also hanging on to it a lot longer for that reason as well. It's very meaningful to me. I have actually, if you want to know the truth, these big pillows on my bed, there's no pillow inside them. They have two under quilts in each one, and they're like pretty severely stuffed up here, right? So yeah, I made a number of them. But anyway, long story short, all that in my pack, and I think I'm just gauging from how it felt that all of this was about 15 pounds. I mean, that includes this stuff. You know how heavy this is? It's I think this is a great thing. My buddy gave me this for my birthday. It's like heaps lighter than my last hammock. I wound up buying all this Hyperlights gear recently about the pack, and then I'm like, I need the pods. So I bought the pods, and then while I was on there, I'm like, well, they're having a sale, so I got this one here is authentically watertight because you can't get the air out when you, trust me, if it's airtight, it's watertight. That's the way it works. And I got this as well. So all of this stuff, and this being lighter, no frozen juice, but using the eye juice instead. This is enough for one night, by the way, just to give you an idea. And probably this winds up costing me about $15. Yeah, I know. What? Why $15? Well, how much do you spend on your food? And then add up your doctor's bills and all your medications and stuff. I have absolutely none of that. I don't have a doctor. I don't have medical bills. I don't have medicine. I don't eat crap food. So I think $15, and I'm going to live to be well past 100 in excellent shape. This at like around $15 for this size of serving. It comes in a bigger container, but I only take what I need. So that amount there is probably like 1/5, let's say 1/5 of the original jar, and that is $70. So 70 divided by, so I can't, my Rain Man is not working right now. Okay, so that's it. Keep on hiking.